Morning. I'm heading out later to go for a walk. I wanted to take a little sketchbook with me, and these little pocket sketchbooks are working so well. So I'm going to just make another few more because it's nice to have a stash of them so you can grab and go whenever you need them. I have used them for drawing in the garden as well as going out on a walk, but I just wanted to show you how they're evolving, basically. So quite a lot of them are the single fold, the single piece of paper folded like that. But I have also evolved into doing collage ones where I'm doing a complete concertina. It reminded me of the notebooks I've made in the past using envelope paper. So I put together an envelope paper concertina. So that's the only one of a different size. I'm liking the uniformity of having them all this size. So they start off with A4 pieces of paper, and I'm just going to fold some this morning and add them to my stash. Hi, I'm Helen. Welcome to my channel. So I've got here a collection of different papers painted that's just had, the working out of the paintbrush. That's got both sides, that's only single-sided. I've pasted together random pieces of paper, so there's some blank pages in the back of a sketch of a notebook, and I just tore them out and I've glued them together. And I've also glued together envelope pieces. So I'm going to fold these up. So I've got two different ways of folding them. I'll just grab another one which I will show you. This one, I think. So this one is it's kind of concertinaed, but concertinaed in a different way. So it's got a different format. So instead of having one long concertina, you still can use it as page by page if you want to. And you've got a landscape page there, or you can have two concertinas, or here I've actually continued the panorama over the page. So yeah, let's get folding. So they're all very simple. I need my paper folder, and you just need to, you don't have to have an A4 format. This will work with any size piece of paper. So actually this might be one of the ones where I'm going to have difficulty folding. So choose that one to start off with, Helen, why don't you? So this one might need a little bit more glue on it. So basically you're folding it in half again, in half again, and I've already folded it in half that way. This center fold is the one that for this format. This center fold is the one that you can cut or tear. I've got a letter opener here which I kind of use for tearing. Sometimes it doesn't work if it's right on a fold. Yep, here we go. So you just literally want to tear it until this fold here. And then you're going to the paper is going to fold into a book like so. So you've got that format. I kind of like to just do the creases. It's not going to be perfect. You are going to get lumps and bumps. These are Scrappy Sketchbooks, but because they're scrappy, it doesn't matter. You've lost the worry of spoiling anything. You know, if you just do a few doodles on it, then you do a few doodles on it. If it goes wrong, it doesn't matter. So that's one done. I'm going to do the other one just to show you in the other format. So the folds are exactly the same. So I kind of liked this. So I kind of liked the idea of using scrap paper. I'll take that bit off. For Scrappy Sketchbooks, because they're not precious. I mean, how many times have you taken a sketchbook out with you and you've brought it back empty because you couldn't find the perfect thing to draw, or you didn't want to spoil it? So yeah, so using scrap paper and folded paper, collage paper, also it gives a nice surface to draw on. You can also just use it for notes and just write notes. So this one, instead of doing the tear down here, this one, it needs to tear along that line nearly all the way. So this is divided into 4. So 3 sections are going to be torn. So again, I've got my letter opener. Like I say, you can cut these if you wanted to. That's absolutely fine. And then you just start concertinaing your book backwards and forwards. And that's the other way of doing it. And it's still the same size little book as we've already got. If you wanted to concertina, have a complete concertina, the way I would do it is probably just tear this piece of paper in half and then glue it as one whole strip. I would have a joining strip and glue it as one whole strip. I'm not going to make a concertina today because I like the compactness of the other ones. I used one of the more concertina ones out on a walk the other day, and it was windy and it was a little bit cumbersome. These smaller ones are much more compact. So I'm going to go back to folding. So I will see you in a while. I'm going to just continue folding these pieces of paper up, and I'll show you what else I've done when I've finished folding these. So I think the reason these little books have been working for me, well, there's lots of reasons. So one is, there's no fear of the blank page. The sketchbook is scrappy anyway. You don't need to do the perfect sketch. They're small, so your sketches don't have to be finished pieces. They're just literally, they're just marks on the page. So those marks can be as intricate as you want or as detailed as you want. Or in my case, they're going to be quick, short, sharp little bursts of ideas or shapes. And, then perhaps not going to be so meaningful to everybody. But when you've drawn something on the page, however small or however minimal the lines are, you as the artist, the person who's created those lines, that will take you, looking at those, you know exactly what you mean by those, that shorthand of marks, and it is a shorthand, it will take you right back to where you were, what you know, what you were feeling, what you were seeing. It will, it can even conjure up, what the weather was doing, or even what you were wearing, who you were with. All of those memories are going to be, locked within those marks, very small, in lots of cases, marks, minimal marks on the page. So yeah, that's one of the benefits. The other benefit is that I'm actually using them. I'm actually taking one with me. I'm taking one of these with me, one pen. It goes in my pocket. I don't have to carry around a lot of things. I'm standing doing a doodle along during my walk, and I have a record of that time. And I'm getting quite a little collection of these, and that's nice in its own, as a body of work in itself. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing with these. So these are, I have hinted that I do quite like them the same size, and the reason is I have got a little storage box. Now this, in my true Blue Peter fashion, was a washing pod box, so laundry detergent box. So it's a nice sturdy box. I've covered it with my painted paper, so it's completely covered inside and out. And I've got at the moment I've got a little marking card marking the division. So I've got spare ready to go notebooks in the back, sketchbooks in the back, and these are the ones that I have done, and they just all slot in at the front. So all of this stash of ready to go ones can go in the back here. So I have tried a couple of other little versions just with scrap pieces of paper. Could these work? Would I want to take these away? They're still sitting there. I haven't used them yet. So when I made the turmeric ink, I had some leftover bits from the mailer envelope, and I just put some, what was stuck on there, just put some concertinas inside in the same way that I did the turmeric concertina. And I thought, well, they could be fun little pocket sketchbooks, but I haven't used them yet. And I also tried a larger format, and that's fun to use. It worked well. I did a continuous line drawing of all of this, so it was everything, the images and then the writing, two separate continual lines. And so that was fun to do, but it doesn't fit the uniformity of this. It's basically a card index box, so I'm looking forward to filling that up. They can squash really really quite tight in there, so I can get quite a lot if I wanted to, and it's a nice little way of storing them, and it means that it's easy. It's just sitting on my windowsill. Let's just stand that back a bit. It's just sitting on my windowsill, so I can just grab one of these and a pen, and I'm off out the door. So that's that. So the other thing I wanted to, I'm going to sit down for this bit. So the other thing that this got me thinking about was other people, other artists that have used back of the envelopes. And in my stash, I've come across various different things I just wanted to show you. So Salt's Diner, so Salt's Mill is in Saltaire, so it's up in Yorkshire, and this is David Hockney. So it's, I don't know whether he owns it, but anyway, there's Salt's Mill is very much home for David Hockney works, and this is the menu. And this is a paper napkin design for Salt's Diner, felt tip on paper napkin. he just doodled on a paper napkin, and how beautiful is that, you know? So David Hockney uses paper napkins. Kurt Jackson, I don't know if anybody has seen this book. It is fabulous. So this is Kurt Jackson's sketchbooks, and I just love it, absolutely love it. I mean, the simplicity of some of these drawings are just beautiful. But I've got two marked here. This one here is on a letter, a hotel letter. And where's my other marker? And this one is again is this is on some sort of ephemera. I don't know whether that was a ticket or what, but yeah, this is definitely printed material under here that he's drawn on. And he said the book is a selection of 150 sketches made over 12 months from in 2003 through 2004, where he filled 25 sketchbooks ranging from pocket size A4, some bought, others handmade. So he makes his own sketchbooks as well. But it's just a beautiful book. Love it, love it, love it, love it. There's nothing nicer than looking through other people's sketchbooks. This was an artist who I found when I was in France last year, I think it was. And there's an exhibition of this chap's work, and these were all, I think, forgotten, or the gentleman had died. And anyway, in all clearing out, they came across all these notebooks of just life in Coulior. So this is Françoise Bernardi, and you can see he's just drawing on lined paper. So exercise book paper, aren't they? You know, it's absolutely adorable. They were wanting to create a book of his work. So if that ever comes out, I would love to have a copy of that. But his work, his illustrations are just adorable, absolutely adorable. And the other thing, drawing on the back of postcards. When I was doing my art degree, I worked using a lot of paper ephemera, found ephemera. And so I would buy job lots of paper ephemera from eBay, and in amongst that were, you know, postcards and letters and any paper ephemera. But anyway, in amongst that was this postcard, which is Horse Guards Parade. I don't know what year this would be, 60s maybe, 1960s, but on the back, I love this, absolutely love this. Whoever owned this postcard, used this postcard, has done these beautiful drawings. And they're just scrappy drawings. There's scrappy drawings on the back of a postcard, but aren't they delightful? Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know where, who, but that postcard's not going anywhere. It now lives with me and is quite precious. So yeah, I think it's ink. It's ink, it's not biro. Yeah, wouldn't it be curious to find out who did that? But anyway, so yeah, drawing on the back of envelopes. And yeah, so I've got my own stash of envelopes to draw on. So I hope this has inspired you to have a go at just making some little scrappy sketchbooks, and yeah, see how you use them. I mean, this one was just while I was having my tea in the morning, and I was in the garden, cup of tea in the morning, and you know, within 10 minutes I've got these little doodles. I've got a memento. I've written some details about, you know, what was happening. Yeah, it's just a cute little memento. So I'm loving my little sketchbook. So I'm off out on a walk now with one of my sketchbooks. I might put 2 in. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, bye for now.